Let us see a question from revisionary test paper of May 2018. Question number 14b. Distinguish between primary participants and secondary participants in securitization. Answer: distinguish between the primary participants and secondary participants. Primary participants are main parties to the process. The primary participants in the process of the securitization are: 1. Originator, 2nd. Special purpose vehicle, and 3rd. Investors. Secondary participants in that: obligators, those who have taken loan; rating agencies, who will rate the security; receiving and paying agent, who will do a kind of collection procedure; agent or trustee, who will work on behalf of the investor to make sure that everything is going properly; credit enhancer, a kind of insurance contract; structurer, maybe a merchant banker who will structure all these things, that say legally all the things are properly made or not. These things are there. See, from your examination point of view, what I want to tell you is this, that there are two things. One is the head points, and which has to be going, like, which has to go correctly. In primary participants, we have one originator. Routinely we understand it is a financial intermediary. Second is special purpose vehicle. A dummy entity is formed to whom all the receivables are transferred. And the third is like the investors, mutual fund, pensioner fund, that is financial institution who make investment. Except that, say, all other are the secondary. In that, credit enhancer is there, then structurer is there, and so on, that say they have provided obligators and so on. So it is essential for you to remember the head points, and that is what I was telling you initially, that if at all you have been asked that say explain rating agency, it is not difficult for you, but to remember all these will come in the secondary participants is important. So over here it is important for you to remember the head points, and now we are just going through the reading. Internally the things would be exactly the same what we already have studied. There would not be anything which is different, of course. And the second important thing is that I suggest you that say a few technical words are there, means assets generating steady cash flows, or like you club or you have the bundling of the receivables. Except that say no such technical words are required in your examination answer. You should be able to convey the concept properly, and with that say you will be given full marks. So let us just go through it. Originator, it is the initiator of the deal, or can be termed as securitizer. It is an entity which sells the assets lying in its books and receives the funds generated through the sale of such assets. Friends, जो भी कुछ लिखा है उसमें आपको कुछ पता नहीं चला तो आप मेरे को पूछिएगा, अदरवाइज मैं अज्यूम करूंगा कि आगे के डिस्कशन के बाद ये सब आपको क्लियर होगा. अगर नहीं है तो कोई भी चिंता मत करो आप लोग, बट यू जस्ट टेल मी, ठीक है ना, क्योंकि ये ऑलरेडी डिस्कस हो चुका है, इसलिए मैं बार बार नहीं पूछूंगा कि आपको पता चला या नहीं चला. आपको कुछ पता नहीं चले तो मेरे को आप लिख के बताइएगा, अदरवाइज जो कुछ हमने समझा है ना वही हम लोग अभी, हाँ बराबर है, यही हमने समझा है, यही हमने समझा है, ऐसा करके आगे जाएंगे. और मैंने जैसे बताया आपको, ये इसका पर्पस ये है कि इंस्टीट्यूट पब्लिकेशन एक बार कवर अप हो जाएगा ना तो हमको एक थोड़ा इत्मीनान रहेगा कि भाई चलो हमारा अच्छा सिलेबस कवर हो गया. दैट इज द रीजन से मैं ऐसा करता हूँ. They are the parties who owe money to the firm, means to the financial intermediary, originator, and are assets in the balance sheet of the originator. Next, rating agency. Since the securitization is based on the pool of assets, this word is really a very good word, pool of asset. Rather than the originators, the assets have been assessed in terms of the credit quality and the credit support available, and that is where the credit rating agencies come. Receiving and paying agent, also called servicer or administrator. It collects the payment due from the obligators and passes it to the special purpose vehicle. So it is receiving the amount and giving the amount to the special purpose vehicle, a kind of like an agency who will do the collection process. It follows up with the defaulting borrower and if required initiate appropriate legal action against them. Agent or trustees. Trustees are appointed to oversee that all the parties to the deal perform in the true spirit in terms of the agreement. Normally, it takes care of the interests of the investors who acquire the securities. Means basically for the investors, because their money is now involved in the entire process. Credit enhancer, insurance agreement, or the originator itself will give an assurance. Let's say we will bear loss to some extent. Since investors in the securitized instrument are directly exposed to the performance of the underlying and sometimes may have limited or no recourse to the originator, they seek additional comfort in form of credit enhancement. In other words, they require the credit rating of the issued securities, which also empowers marketability. Means investors will be inclined, they will be interested to invest on the securities. Originator itself or a third party, say a bank, may provide additional comfort called credit enhancer. While originator provides his comfort in form of over collateralization or cash collateral, the third party may provide it in form of LC or surety bond. Structural. It brings together the originator, investor, credit enhancer, other parties to the deal of the securitization. Normally these are investment bankers, also called arranger of the deal. It ensures the deal meets all legal, regulatory, accounting and the tax laws of the requirement. This is what we understand.